Hi guys, it is Wednesday, March 25th, and I wanted to go over with you guys what we're going to do in ELA today. You guys are doing such a great job of sharing your assignments with us and commenting and just keeping us in the loop of what you're doing, and we hope that it's going well for you. All right, so let me share screen, and here's what your day looks like today. Okay, so you guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to do in ELA today. The first one are prefixes. So just like we do during the regular school day, we have some prefixes that we want you to focus on. And if you have your copybook home where you write down your prefixes and your root words, you can add these to the list. If you don't, that's okay too. You can just read over the chart. So we're going to focus on uni, which means one, and mono, which also means one, bi is 2, and tri is 3. So here are examples of words that have that, like a unicorn has one horn, guys. A monologue is a speech given by one person. Like I often say when I do these videos, it's like a monologue because there's no one talking back, it's just me. Bilingual means you can speak 2 languages. Triangle has 3 sides. So these are prefixes that you guys are probably pretty familiar with. So after you read over the chart, what we want you to do here is comment below with a sentence using a word with one of these prefixes. All right, so choose one of the 4, and then down here, just type in a comment. When you guys type in your comments, if you could please remember to use capital letters and punctuation, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, and try to see if you cannot repeat other people's words too. Okay, so after you do prefixes, we're going to focus our skill today is on elements of poetry. Poems express all kinds of things like emotions, experiences, and ideas, and a lot of them are written in lines and stanzas. They're not written in paragraphs the way stories are. Some of them have rhyme and rhythm, and others don't. They're called free verse. Okay, so poets and authors who write poetry, they choose their words carefully to kind of make a mood or to make the readers look at something in a fresh way. They use a lot of figurative language, which we love to study because it's a really fun way to explain things in all kinds of literature. All right, so you might see things like similes, which are comparisons using like or as, metaphors, which are comparisons not using like or as when you say something is something else. Personification is when we have something that's not human do something human-like the wind push me down the street. Those are some examples of figurative language. Okay, but poets are also going to use sound devices that create mood or draw attention to a word. So one type of sound device is repetition, which is repeating the same word or the term over and over to show how important something is, or it kind of adds a rhythm to the lines. So here's your poster for elements of poetry. A lot of the things we just talked about are on this poster with the line breaks and stanzas and rhyming words and rhythm. We have onomatopoeia down here too, and the repetition. So you don't have to do anything in this section. We want you to read it over and look at the poster for elements of poetry, because the next part, you're gonna answer some questions relating to that. Okay, so the next is the elements of poetry quiz, which I have to change, because this happened today too. Some of you guys weren't able to edit it because it didn't have the right submission part there. So I need to change this real quick. Sorry, guys. So I have to change it to enable, no time limit, attempt limit. Yes, so you can review your questions, and yes, you can resume it. And yes, you can see your answers. Okay. So the kids from my class said when we talked today on our Zoom call that they thought the questions for theme were easier than the questions the first day. So hopefully these questions on the elements of poetry is a little bit easier for you too. We broke these down into specific pages. So the first question is from just page 161, what happens in the first stanza? So just go back to page 161, read that section, and just write down what you think happened there. Then you're gonna reread the poems on page 161, and you're gonna answer this question. How does the author use the elements of poetry to reveal the speaker's feelings about this experience. So you're going to go back to that poster. So what elements of poetry did they use in that? Did they use repetition? Did they use onomatopoeia? Did you see any figurative language or metaphors, similes? Like, look in that poem to see what of those you saw. Those are the elements of poetry. And then tell us, what does that tell us how the speaker feels about the poem? And then the last question is on page 171. Why is the memory important to the author, and how can you tell? So just answer those 3 questions, and then when you're finished, you'll submit it. And then you're going to do the Movie in My Pillow quiz, just like we usually do in school. So here's a picture of what it looks like on your HMH website. So it's going to be in your online assessments selection quiz, A Movie in My Pillow. So this link will take you there. It probably won't work for me right now because I'm not, well, it does because I'm logged in actually. So if you're not logged in, you're going to log in here and then go to your assignments. So I'm not going to do it from here because I'm not logged in as a student. So you're going to take the quiz. You can go back into your book, into the poem, and check for the answers. You don't have to have your book closed. Definitely go in and try to find the answers. And you're going to submit the quiz on the HMH website so that Ms. McConey and I can see your answers there. All right, when you're finished with your quiz, the last thing you're going to do is read for 20 minutes. Read for 20 minutes and then comment with something important that you read that day. And then that is it. So hopefully this should be easy for you guys to do. I'm just making sure I went over everything and all the dates are right, 25th, 25th, 26th. Yeah, it looks like everything is good. And if you guys have any questions, let us know. If you're not sure what to do, send us a message or comment below if you're not sure what the assignment is. And we hope you are well. We hope that you are happy and having fun. All right, and we miss you a lot. We hope to see you soon, guys.